Hi everybody, this is Tracy from Northeast Tarot and welcome to your weekly tarot forecast. I just want to take a second and thank all of my subscribers. Thank you for all of your support, all of your likes, all of your shares, all of your comments. If you are interested in a private reading, please just click on my website. I do have it linked below in the description bar. Lastly, I am on social media, so I am now on Facebook. If you're interested in liking my page on Facebook, please do. I am also on Instagram, and if you are interested in receiving a daily Oracle guidance message, I do draw and upload a daily Oracle guidance card every single day to my Instagram account. So if you're interested in that, then please head over and follow me on Instagram. Oh, and one last thing, for these general tarot forecasts, you should always be sure to watch not only your sun sign, but also your moon sign and your rising sign. If you happen to not know what your moon or rising sign are, I do have linked in the description bar below a website that actually can calculate that for you for free. So I wish you all a wonderful week. Just stay tuned for the reading. Hi Leo, this is Tracy from Northeast Tarot and welcome to your weekly tarot forecast for the week of March 14th through the 20th. This is for Leo Sun, Leo Moon, and Leo Rising signs. All right, Leo, let's see what the week has in store for you. All right, Leo, so at the bottom of the deck, I do have the Justice card. So Justice can represent a decision, Leo, that might be very significant for you this week. This also might be some sort of karmic justice or something legal that is going on or quite significant for you this week. You could be receiving like a legal decision or perhaps some sort of karmic justice that comes in. Especially if you're a Leo that maybe felt as though something was done unfairly. This could be the week that, you know, those scales are balancing out and, you know, maybe, you know, something is happening that's making things fair. Now, the overall energy that I have for you, Leo, is I pulled the Five of Cups and I did pull a clarifier. I have the Three of Rods. So what this really feels like to me, Leo, is I don't necessarily feel like this is sadness. I feel like this is you being unhappy with the progress of something here with the Three of Rods. The Three of Rods is expansion and growth. It's positive progression. It's you working very hard in regards to something in your life. You putting in that hard work and that effort, and you seeing results come from that. But you're still waiting for your ships to come in. So there's still more work that needs to be done. So I feel like this has to do with progress. You've seen things progress, but maybe not at the pace that you'd like, or you know, you're still waiting for your ships to come in. So I do think that, you know, this is more about being unhappy with a situation. I definitely think it has to do with things progressing maybe at the speed or just things progressing the way you would like them to. Now, I have the Devil card here, which can be, you know, material things, being materialistic. This can be lust, ego, sex, drugs, rock and roll. The Devil can be feeling bound, feeling tied to, feeling trapped or tied to something, an unhealthy relationship, an unhealthy situation, something negative. What's interesting is I have three major arcana cards here. I have the Moon directly underneath the Devil. And the moon card can represent that confusion, that fog, you know, things coming to light, the unknown, you know, secrets. Just, you know, not all is known yet, but the moon can also bring things to light. And then I have the Magician here as well. With the Magician, I feel like, you know, this could be, because this is you being empowered. This is you being in control. You have all the tools, all the resources you need to be able to create a new beginning for yourself, but also you have everything you need to be successful with maybe something material that you've been waiting on, Leo. But this can be some Leos as well, maybe cutting through some fog or some confusion, because I also have the Ten of Swords here, which is showing me you've gone through a difficult cycle. But with it being a 10, this is the ending to that difficult cycle. This is a cycle that's completing. So the worst is definitely done and over with. The worst is behind you. And this is you literally ending this difficult cycle. So I feel like, you know, this is you coming out of this difficult time. Maybe there was a lot of confusion, fears, doubts, negative energies attached to this difficult time in your life or this difficult cycle, and it can have something to do with how something was progressing. Maybe you've been manifesting something, Leo, something that you want, I feel, very much, and there could have been some confusion, some fears, some doubts, some negative thoughts surrounding this, because, you know, something, maybe not all was known yet. Things were not maybe brought to light. You know, things were not seen yet. Just seeing what else I get from these cards. Because I have Justice here, I definitely think if that's, you know, how this was, how these energies were playing out for you, Leo, the Justice card is that fairness that's going to come in, that yes answer. You know, what I'm really seeing here is this Sword. So I feel like for many Leos, with you having the power of the Magician this week, you could just be just slicing through or cutting through that fog or that confusion, or that confusing energy. Cutting those ties from maybe negative beliefs, or negative thoughts, or anything that's just no longer serving you. Now, I do have the King of Rods looking directly over at this situation. I feel like this is you. So for some Leos, this could have been going on around you. Maybe it wasn't, you know, certain things weren't happening directly to you, but they were somehow affecting what it was that maybe you're manifesting, or somehow affecting your life in some way for some Leos, because this is your energy, and, you know, he's over here looking over at this situation. But, you know, if this is some energies that you've been dealing with, Leo, I feel like with the Three of Rods here, this is you, I feel, for many Leos, you might have felt this energy of the Five of Cups, whether that be you just simply having negative thoughts, focusing on the negative because, you know, there's 3 spilled cups here and this person is down, and only really focusing on those 3 spilled cups. There's still 2 full cups behind him. It's almost like he's forgetting about those 2 full cups. So, you know, if you're a Leo that maybe has been, you know, down and out, or just unhappy with the progress of something, or even just focused on the negative, I do think that this week you're going to see that expansion, that progress, that growth. Because you're over here, you know, observing this. Maybe you're going to see, for some Leos, you're going to see how powerful you really are, honestly, with the Magician here. You're definitely going to see progress this week. Directly underneath the King of Rods, I have the Three of Cups. So this is celebration. You being very social. This is a very nice light energy. It can represent you just simply being social. And then for some other Leos, this is you celebrating. This is you being happy, maybe going out, having some drinks. Now, next to the Three of Cups, I also have the Queen of Rods. And I feel like she's looking over here at the Three of Cups, but also, you know, the King of Rods and the Queen of Rods, I feel like are also both looking over here at this situation. So I have the King and the Queen of Rods here. So for some Leos, this can involve your husband, your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend. This might have something to do with a relationship for some Leos. Not sure if you've been involved in an unhealthy relationship. Maybe you've been trying to cut ties with this person. Maybe you haven't even been in the relationship, but maybe you've still somehow, in some way, shape, or form, been connected with this person. I feel like you're very powerful this week, though. The energy is on your side where you can really, honestly, just do just about anything. You can create a beautiful new beginning for yourself, and this is you being successful. Now, on the other side of the King of Rods, I have the Six of Swords, which this is you moving from a particular place, environment, or situation to a much more positive place, environment, or situation. This is positive progression forward. This is you either moving, physically moving, or you moving forward with your life. You're moving away from difficulties. You're moving from stormy waters into much more peaceful, calmer waters. And that could be why you're celebrating. So maybe you're a Leo that's been trying to move. I am getting that. Maybe you've been trying to manifest this. You've been trying to move, but, you know, maybe there's been a lot of fears, a lot of negative thoughts. Maybe there's been some energies that have been slowing you down, some confusing energies. Maybe there's been just some obstacles that you've had to overcome. I do feel like this is the week that, you know, things are moving forward. You know, I do feel like you're in great spirits. You're definitely creative. That creative energy is here. You're passionate. You're ambitious. Lots of energy here. And, you know, you're your optimistic, lively self, Leo. I just think that for some of you, this is an energy you're coming out of with the Five of Cups here. And for some of you, you could have felt like this for a little while, not just this week. But it's not so much from like maybe loss or sadness or heartache. It's more like being unhappy with the situation, I feel. But let me draw you an additional guidance card, Leo. So please show me some additional guidance for Leo. What else does Leo need to know? So if you're a Leo who has been waiting on a decision, it can be something legal or not. I do have Justice here. So this could be a yes answer coming in for you this week that maybe allows you to move forward. Maybe that's why, you know, maybe for some Leos, that could have been why you were maybe being held back in some way. Maybe you're waiting on a decision. Some additional guidance for Leo. What else does Leo need to know? Please show me. Some additional guidance for Leo. Too many cards trying to come out. Some additional guidance for Leo. Layla, spend time alone in nature meditating about your desires and intentions. Ask the angels to help you gain a positive perspective. So, if you can, Leo, spend some time outside in nature, definitely do so. I think it will benefit you very much. But also, this is all about asking your angels to help you gain that positive perspective. So, remaining positive, knowing that things are progressing the way you would like them to. Just remain positive, remain hopeful. Yeah, and if you can, spend some time meditating or spend some time outside getting grounded. Yeah, overall, I think it's going to be a very positive week. I know that you've been dealing with something, and I definitely see things improving, Leo. So I do hope you enjoyed this reading, and I hope you have a great week. Take care.